Hi, and welcome to the second tutorial on cow-calf apps by the Western Beef Development Center. In this brief tutorial, I'm going to go over the app called Calving Book. This app is available on both Android and iOS devices. It's developed by a producer from South Dakota, and I'm going to go through the app on this iPad. And if you just click here or see right in the bottom left-hand corner, I purchased this off the App Store for about $25. And it's not a bad app, actually. It allows you to have multiple users on the Calving Book app. So people even on multiple different devices, as long as everybody's logging in with the same email address and password, everybody can see the same calving book and contribute records to it, which is really useful, especially when you have multiple family members, or maybe you have a hired man that's helping check the cows and want to help capture those calving records. So just when you logged in or open this app for the very first time, you'd put in your email and password and you hit click register. I've already done that, so I'm going to click sign in and it'll take me into the app. I've already entered records for the 2014 calving season, so you can see just entered a small group of the number of calves that we have at Western Beef in a given year. I have 17 calves, so that's also a really nice feature. It may seem very simplistic, but it's nice to have a quick little tally of how many calves have been entered. It shows you that we're in the 2014 calving book, so there's the option to add multiple calving books, which comes in useful for having calving books on there for each year, or if you're someone that has a commercial and a purebred herd, you want to keep those calving books separately, or maybe you are custom calving some cows and you want to keep those calving records separate. There's a number of reasons why that's a great feature to have. When you look at this list here, this first column is the dam ID. This is the sex of the calf that she had and the calving date. If you see red font, that means that that calf actually died. And I'll just click in to show you more on the record. So cow ID, calf ID, birth date, gender, birth weight, what calving book it's in, 2014. You can enter the sire, the coat color, calving ease, and some comments. And then you'd have to auto click, come back into the record and tap to hit dead. And paired out is if you're sending groups out to different pastures, you could click on there to indicate that they've been sent out of the main yard, and all that ends up happening is on the main screen the font color changes slightly. There's also a vaccination or treatments button here for the calves, so if you clicked on that and press on new shot record in the bottom corner, a little data entry box pops up where you put in information about what was administered, the dose, and the date, and then hit save. So I'm going to back on out of here and get back into the main calving book screen here. Some other neat features with this app is there's a sort button in the top right here. You can sort by dam ID, sort by birth date, and sort by birth weight, which can come in handy. And in this other top corner, there's a little circle with an eye on it. If I tap on that, pulls out some help information. There's an email address. If you're having issues with the app, you can contact the app developer. I've already used this email and received really prompt replies. Within 1 to 2 hours, I got an email back. There's a Calving Book website for details on upcoming apps that are coming out, or not apps, updates that are coming for the app. There's some contact phone numbers, tutorial link, and an export link. This export link is one of the key features of this app. So I'm going to click on export button. What comes is a little jut out of a place to enter an email address. It's already auto-filled with my email address because I've used it already. Wherever you could put in any email where you wanted this to go, and then you click send, and it sends an email to your email address that you specify. And I'm going to just go into my email to show you what I'm talking about. There, the calving book at the top here. Your exported calving book attaches your calving book. If you have any questions, reply to this email. So what shows up here is the PDF version, which is nice. I mean, iCalv does the same thing, spits out a PDF version of the records that you entered. But what is better is right at the bottom corner here, exported CSV, comma, separated values file. So that's when you get the data in a spreadsheet format, which allows you to import it into other record-keeping programs that you're using, or just analyze it within Excel, adding additional data. So I'm going to tap on that, and it's going to open up, and I'll just show you what I mean, what the data looks like. Exported CSV, we'll open it up, and we'll just kind of give a little quick rundown. So from that 2014 calving book, there's the dams that I entered. That's the calf IDs corresponding to each of those dams, the birth weight in pounds, the gender of the calf, and indicating if it was a twin, what the gender of both calves were. Scroll over. The birth date ends up being a little bit wonky. I think it's because I was trying to scroll back and enter the data instead of using the auto-generated date. So I'm trying to backdate a bunch of the birth dates. If you have sire information, it would all show up here. I did enter it from the very first record, coat color black in calving ease unassisted. It's all pertaining to the 2014 calving book. The calves were dead. This says true. So you can see there's a couple calves that died, and then some comment information. So we're going to be done with this and go right back into the app to navigate and show you how you go about adding a calving book and adding records. So in the bottom, you see add calf, log out, books, alerts. So alerts is if you just want to make a note about a specific cow or calf, you can type in some information. Books, let's click on that, and we're going to enter a book for 2015. So at the top it says book name. I'm just going to put 2015 and hit add. It shows up 2014, 2015. I can back on out of here. And on the top, I'm going to touch 2014 and allows me to get to 2015. So no calves in this book. We haven't entered any yet. So I'm going to tap on add a calf and have some records here to enter. So the first one I want to enter is for 474Y. 474Y. And unfortunately, her calf died. So we do a system where we just say if the calf is dead at birth, we just do a no tag and then the number at the end of. So this is the second calf that was dead at birth at our research ranch. The birth weight on this calf was 72 pounds. Then we don't have sire information because we use multi-sire breeding passers. So unless we do parentage verification with DNA samples, we don't know the sires of our calves. We have a black Angus herd, so all the calves are black, so I don't need to enter anything in this field. And on calving ease, we only report when there's been a calving problem, so a hard pull or some sort of malrepresentation, then we would put some comments below. The gender of this calf, it was a heifer, so that's also a nice thing. It allows you some options. If you have bulls and you have some steers or you're castrating at birth, you can make that distinction. Then if you have twins, then you pick the gender of the twins as well. So heifer. And on birth date, this calf was born. So it auto defaults to the current date. This calf was born April 5th. So we'll enter that in, and you can enter some comments as well. So she was backwards. Dead. One pulled. All right, and we're going to add a calf. So it makes a little notification. Just tap OK, and you will see the record show up in this calving book for 474Y. So it's just taking a second here to show up for you guys. There we are. And when a calf dies, it's a bit of a two-step process. So we're going to just click dead here and update and then back. And the font color changes to red when the calf is a dead calf. So just wait for that to show up on the screen that you're seeing here. Perfect. Now I'm going to add another calf. For this, the dam is 173S. It's another calf that is dead, just to show you, and then we ended up putting a twin onto this cow, so that's kind of why I'm showing it to you as an example. No tag 3, 108 pounds. It's a bull calf, and it was born on April 14th. So just go back one, and I'll put in dead and add calf. So I'll have to go in and do that two-step verification that the calf is dead. Update. Back. The calf's record will show up as red. Okay, now I'm going to add a set of twins. So there's a little bit of a built-in feature when you add in more than one calf for the same cow ID. It gives a warning, which is fine. It's just saying you've already entered a calf for her, so what's up? So that's a nice little notification. 221C. The birth weight on this calf is 96 pounds, and was a heifer, but it's a twin with a heifer and a bull, so we're going to put that in. And we're going to put, she's a free martin. And I also want to say twin with 25C. And fostered onto 173S. So that was just the previous record where the calf had died. So add that calf. So one thing that I haven't showed you yet is that there is the option up in this little settings. You can shut off the fields that we don't enter. So sire we don't track, color we don't track, and calving ease we don't track, which is nice. Everybody tracks a little bit slightly different. One thing that I would like to see on here is RFID, but that's likely something you'll have to enter the RFID number at a later date. Use just in the, you can put it right in that CSV spreadsheet that generates. So we'll go back and we'll add in 473 or 423X's other calf. 423X had 25C. The birth weight on that bull calf was 94 pounds, and it's a twin bull heifer situation. On April 14th. And all right. And that is, oops, I'm just going to correct this up top here. 423X, add calf. So this is where that warning comes up. It says this calf already exists. The wording's a little bit off there because no 25C doesn't exist, but a record already exists for 423X. So we're going to hit continue, and you'll just see that it has two lines, two entries for that same dam. She had twins. And I just made an error here on the birth date. So we'll just go back. April 14th, 2015. Update. And back. So you'll see that now we'll show the correct date because we just made that correction. All right, so there's running through a couple examples of adding in calves and changing the fields that show up. So now you can see it took a little bit for it to work, but that sire, coat color, and calving ease data entry fields are now no longer showing. So we'll just move back on out of here. And that's my run through on this Calving Book app. I think it's got potential, and they're always looking to, Ellen's always looking for feedback and ways to improve this app, so it might be something you want to consider taking a look into. So thanks for your time today, and if you're interested in additional apps, please visit our website, wbdc.sk.ca, or our Western Beef channel on YouTube. Thanks, and have yourself a great day.